Hello, everybody. This is Jeffrey297, and welcome to the episode. In this episode, we're going to be using the 4 new hypercars at Lemans in the Group 1 Lemans 900 PP race. Now, I went ahead and did a vote earlier to decide if these cars should be down-tuned to 700 standards or 900 standards on the course. I think pretty much everybody agreed on to do the 900 Lemans race. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using the 4 new hypercars. Of course, I'll be showcasing all 4 tunes in this episode. So if there's a particular car that you would like to try out in this particular race, you're more than welcome to fast forward to any car. Or if you just want to stay behind and see all 4 of them, you can. I would say there's 2 cars. The Peugeot and the Ferrari kind of feels pretty similar. And the Porsche and the BMW, they kind of feel similar too. So there's going to be some kind of similarities on both the rear-wheel drive or the MR hypercars and of course the all-wheel drivetrain hypercars. But I digress. All 4 cars should be super fast, super effective as well. And hopefully these 4 tunes will help you out. And not only at Lemans, but hopefully this particular tune you can use somewhere else and use that particular tune at another track. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the episode. So if you're wondering on how to obtain the hypercars in this particular game, I'm only going to show one example and explain why once we get there. So what we're going to do now is going to go ahead and go to our trusty Brand Central. And the car I'll be first picking out is going to be the Ferrari 499P. Now, if you guys do know, the new 4 hypercars are all located at Brand Central. You have the Ferrari, the Porsche, the Peugeot, and of course, the BMW. All the 4 cars are going to be right at the end of each manufacturer list. And they're going to be all costing 3 million credits, and their overall performance should be pretty equal, even if the drivetrain is not the same compared to the 4-wheel drives versus the the MR drivetrains. But that is a Ferrari. Those are the stats right there if you're curious on what it has in its disposal. So if you do have, of course, 12 million credits in hand, if you want to try all 4 of them, you can. Or if there's a particular car you want to try out, just the Ferrari, just make sure you save up 3 million credits. I would say if you want to gain a lot of credits, you can actually farm them, or you can just sell a very expensive car. For the Ferrari, if you want to go ahead and just pause the episode, you can. All I simply did was bought racing medium tires. I went ahead and adjusted the suspension. I adjusted the differential. Went ahead and did a little bit of tuning on the downforce. You're not going to do a whole lot, to be honest. We did bought the manual transmission and the medium RPM turbocharger, and that's going to be it for the tunes. So basically, these 4 tunes are going to be very similar, using the same tire compound, having the manual transmission, and of course having the medium RPM turbocharger across all 4 tunes, and the downforce might be a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys watch this one hot lap we're going to do in our first lap, just do like a little track guide per se, and I'll be right back when we continue on with our race. Alright, so as we fast forward to later in the race, we actually did manage to move ourselves up to the front, and of course lap 4 is going to be our average lap to pit. For all four cars across the board, lap 4 should be your magic lap to pit unless you're able to adjust your fuel map. All I'll be doing here for this particular pit stop here is actually we're going to go ahead and change the tires and add fuel to the car. That's what I recommend doing for all 4 tunes across in this race. Now, luckily for us, we do have a little marker to go by on how much more fuel we need to add to the car. So it's not like it is in the 700 pp race where you have to basically go through the timer to judge how much more fuel you need for the car. So other than that, the car felt great. As you guys did see, this car is very, very quick, and thankfully the Hyper actually does last a lot longer than, of course, the Toyota Hypercars in the game. We're gonna go ahead and refill our car just a little bit past the little bit icon, and that's going to be it right there. Now, it did look a bit cloudy and it looked like it was about to rain. You will have that across for all the races too, but I think the rain doesn't really occur. It's just cloudy, and we're going to be staying on these slicks racing tires, and that's going to be it for our run. So very quick, good run for the Ferrari. And actually, personally, out of the 4 cars, I think the Ferrari is the best. Now, of course, everyone has their own different opinions and tunes, but I think if you're looking for the fastest way of doing it, I would recommend the Ferrari. Here is a screenshot of the Peugeot now. It's going to be pretty much the same concept as the Ferrari, like we did in our first run. We're going to do the same thing, try to get your suspension the way you want it, your differential, the downforce. Just make sure you do, in fact, have that fully customized manual transmission. That's going to be a very key element. And of course, the medium RPM departure, and that's going to be it. Now, I'm not going to show you the full race itself. I'm going to actually show you what was the result of the race. Unfortunately, for this particular Peugeot run, I accidentally forgot to actually record or forgot to even screenshot the results of this particular run. But if my memory is right, of course, lap 4 is going to be our pit stop lap, and I believe our time was within 23 minutes. It was not probably close to the Ferrari's time, but I did know for sure it was not faster than the Ferrari, because I think the Peugeot actually has a little bit more understeer than the Ferrari does in this particular race. For the Porsche, the only big difference for this particular build is we got ourselves racing hard tires. Mediums will not last 4 laps, unfortunately. So the second best thing you can do is do racing hards, and surprisingly, even with the hards, our times were not nearly as bad. I would say, though, that even though our times were not nearly as bad as I thought they would be, just be careful with both the BMW and the Porsche. They're going to be a little bit more oversteery, and they're going to be loose across the rear of the car. So if you need to make some adjustments on your suspension, which I recommend doing, you can, or you can also change your downforce too. So there's the total results for the Porsche race itself. And like I said, the time pretty close to Ferrari, even with a harder tire compound. So that was quite impressive to see. It still has decently good pace for the run. And now for our last tune, of course, is going to be using the BMW, which I think is a good car, even though the turbo lag when you change your gears is just a little horrible. Same thing as been doing the whole entire episodes, medium racing tires, suspension. There's a difference right there. Downforce, of course, a fully customized manual transmission right there as well, and medium RPM turbocharger, and it should be the same result. So 4 cars, you should easily excel right around the 230 miles per hour on the straights. And these cars are just so quick. May not have the downforce compared to other LMPs, but the speed is just really good. And luckily enough, the hybrid battery actually does last. And you can see right here, the BMW was in fact the slowest out of the 4, which is actually not surprisingly to see. It's just quite a shame that whenever change gears for that battery, or the lag delay just being so massive for that car. But I digress. You're more welcome to try all 4 of them if you want to, or you can just choose whatever one you can. And yeah, hopefully it does help out. Now, for our next episode, it's going to be a very interesting request. And for this particular request, it's actually be using the Bach Mono cars at the 1 hour endurance race at Trial Mountain. Now, I've actually have done this particular mission, I believe, once, I think. So I am very well accustomed to this track. There's a group called PRT. This is their home track, so I've had plenty of practice with this track. And also, I know AMS Dude, sometimes when he does his tuning episodes, that he'll also jump on this track as well. So I'm looking forward to see if I can improve my precious time at this particular track. So hopefully today's episode has helped out. And if you guys have any more suggestions, you're more welcome to put them in the comments below. And until then, I'll see you guys later and take care.